And welcome to Overtime, brought to you by Kingscast at www.kingscast.net. I'm Keith Kornelick.
And I'm Chris Kalazewski.
And here we are. It's another living room show. And actually, Chris, we are making momentous history because this show also includes a baby monitor, making sure no kids wake up during the show.
That's right. That's how we do it here at Kingscast. That's right. We're back. I'd like to say things have been going better, but they really haven't since last time we saw you. Tonight, we're going to talk about the Phoenix game briefly, talk about the game against the Oilers, talk about the game tonight against the Pens, do a little segment called What's New at Staples, and we'll talk a little bit about Captain Canada a little bit.
So here we go. It is episode 128 entitled Slippin and Slidin. Let's go.
Okay, so coming back after the disappointing overtime loss to the Coyotes, we had started this little mini losing streak, and we weren't really used to that yet this season, so a little disappointing. But coming in, after a long 4 days off there, to play a super hot Oilers team with Ryan Smith and Colton Tubert, of course, and this is one of those games that you looked at the schedule before the season started. You're like, okay, great, we'll see the Oilers, probably a win, but
definitely
no,
a win.
A super hot team who's fast as hell and playing great. It was actually a huge game.
Chris, I like to go back to sort of the draft history a little bit. Kings rebuilding team, the Oilers shortly thereafter. And, the Kings drafting, of course, Thomas Hickey, number 4 overall, Drew Doughty, number 2 overall, and then, Braden Shen, number 5 overall, which became Mike Richards. And then the Oilers, taking a different strategy, going for speed, skill on the forward lines. And most people thought that they didn't have defense, I mean, myself included. And they're coming out, and the Kings were backpedaling the entire game. Really couldn't figure out a way to get it done. And the Kings still have this problem, as they did against San Jose in the playoffs, as they did against Vancouver the year before, is that they cannot defend against speed. I'm not saying Dean Lombardi doesn't know how to draft. Obviously he's had a lot of gems come out of it, but I really like what I see from the Oilers.
Oh, yeah, they're a great team to watch. All these top draft picks are finally all coming together. It reminds me of Pittsburgh back in the day when they were getting all those high draft picks. It's a quick team. It's hard to keep up with these guys. You got Ryan Smith, former King, who is back in town. Playing well. I think he had 6 goals before the game started.
Let's talk about that for a second. Of course, Ryan Smith, demanded a trade out of LA. Maybe not demand. Well, he demanded a trade for family reasons. He wasn't like Chris Pronger. He didn't get some reporter pregnant allegedly or anything like that. Kings fans left with a bad taste in the mouth because Dean Lombardi couldn't get anything for him. It was Colin Fraser, and I don't know, it was like a 6th-round pick or something like that. It's going to be, nothing essentially. And then Ryan Smith after the game said it was, all right playing in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
All right.
A big question before the game is, how are Kings fans going to react to Ryan Smith coming back? They're going to boo him every time he touches the puck. Will he be, welcome with a warm ovation? But that was a big question going in there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the flip side of that. A little mini segment we like to call Taboo or Not Taboo. Kornelick.
Dude, it's Captain Canada.
Yes, but he demanded a trade at a terrible time.
Yes, but he has more goals than most of the Kings.
Yes, but he only said he would go to Edmonton, would absolutely killed any leverage the Kings would have.
Yeah, but he had a big cap hit that needed to be moved.
Yes, but the Kings got nothing in return.
Smith is a legend.
Smith is a fraud.
Right now, we're 13th in the Western Conference in goals for, with Simon Gagne and Mike Richards.
Yeah, definitely it's been a struggle. We just can't get over this hump when it comes to scoring. It goes for the power play as well. We have a really crappy situation now with the Kings. Dustin Penner, I feel like we've been pretty nice to him.
Oh, very.
We said he sucked in the last episode, but I think that was even being kind of nice.
Yeah.
The guy is absolutely worthless out there. He said he gained some muscle, but he looks slower. And, I think I heard the stat. I think he's played 28 games with the Kings, and he has like 4 points or something like that. That's not top 6.
Dreadful.
That's not a top 6 forward right there. That's not a guy you pay $4 million and trade, essentially 2 first-round draft picks for. It's a dud, and he's on the third line. He's doing absolutely nothing. And yeah, when you have Scott Parse playing ahead of you, things are bad.
It's horrendous. And, our friend Dennis Bernstein, I think, suggested that you call up Andrei Laktianov and Slava Voinov, put them into the lineup, maybe bench Penner, waive Davis Drewski, something like that. But there is some offense and skill and speed that is needed in the lineup those two guys have. I mean, mind you, it's going to rate Manchester, who's already pretty terrible, as it is. But, we got to do something here to get this team rolling again, because it is just not happening. And, it's concerning. I'm not ready to, call anything, or, I know a lot of Kings fans are saying we should fire Terry Murray. I mean, we still have a winning record, although tonight we are, ninth in the Western Conference. But,
Yeah, no, 6-4-3 is not an elite team, and again, it still is, game 13 tonight. I mean, it's not time to go crazy just yet, but things are not happening.
We have been at Staples Center quite a few times now, and we do have a new entertainment segment for you entitled What's New at Staples Center.
Yes.
Check it out. So after every goal scored by a Los Angeles King, which hadn't happened in a while since, up till tonight, they have these dancing images of Saturday Night Live, Chris Farley, Soul Train, things like that. An attempt at being comedic. Falls a little flat for me.
Yeah, you know what? It's cute. It's whimsical almost.
Yes.
But whatever. It's a pretty weak week for me. So at the beginning of the game, you'll notice that they did not do the $60,000 animation with the castle and all the weird zombies and flags and everything.
Yep.
This year they went for the super cool, here's I'm a player leaning my head up. We actually did this in King's Cups. I think they actually ripped us off a little bit. Check this out.
Be Like Bob, where they would show Bob Miller calling a goal by a Los Angeles King and having a fan, sort of compete against him and call the goal. And that sort of all ended in a Dallas game when he said, "Dallas Stars suck my."
Yeah.
So it's been retired.
Well, until tonight when they actually had two kids do it.
Safer. So if you've been driving around Los Angeles, you've been seeing a lot more Kings billboards than, Chris, I've seen in probably many years. And, it's the time is now. And then they have various Kings players saying it's Kopitar time or it's Mike Richards time. They even have one with Bailey saying it's Bailey time.
And, of course, the super awkward winning time, which, is that really grammatically correct?
You know what? It's time to get better marketing for the Los Angeles Kings. First of all, one of the things I was noticing, Chris, in these billboards, it doesn't say hockey anywhere. And This is Los Angeles. It's not Canada. You know what I mean? So you have to spoon feed a little bit to the... to the mass market out here, especially without the National Basketball Association, obviously not playing right now.
The thing is, what's with the sense of urgency with this? I mean, time. What's all these references with time? I mean, it's not like, we're a team full of, Nick Lidstroms who were, hobbling around on one leg, just, trying to win the cup.
What's up, Kings fans? Penn's in town. Should be a good game. The Kings haven't scored in 3 years or something, so looking forward to it. I'm going to say 3-2 Kings.
All right, so Kings back again at Staples tonight against a true, legit number one in the league team. The Pittsburgh Penguins playing without Sidney Crosby, which is pretty remarkable. They have a pretty deep team. They're able to pull that off. But coming to this game, I mean, after the first period, it really felt like a playoff game to me. It was super tight. I mean, the Kings just kind of put themselves in these holes. They had 5 penalties in the first period, and they actually had, for the first time in a long time, had a delayed penalty on the 5-on-3. So it's like you're talking about a 5-minute power play, and the Kings almost pulled it off. I mean, luckily, but gave up the power play goal there at the end. It was 1-0 after the first period. But playing a legit team like this, you can't take that many penalties. And I think Ethan Morrow had 2 of those. So, yikes.
Dr. Kingscast here. Kings looking a little depressed, maybe even major depressive disorder. Does not look good. However, I'm going to say Kings win 2-1 in the shootout.
Yeah, very concerning. I mean, we ended up losing in the shootout 3-2, and to me, this is a game that we definitely should have won. Especially without Sidney Crosby and Drew Doughty. Looked maybe a tiny bit better this evening.
Yeah.
That said, this guy is not playing like a $7 million defenseman.
No, yeah, I heard lots of snickers out there in the crowd tonight. A lot of people going $7 million, but definitely didn't screw up big time. But he wasn't a difference maker, which we need him to be. And of course, Kopitar scoring that first goal, and I mean, it seems like forever as a Kings fan going to these home games. I mean, what a sense of relief just to get the one goal, because it was. It was Kopitar.
What's the last time that the Kings have got a point, Chris, without Kopitar scoring? I mean, has that happened this season? I don't know if it has. I mean, you can
let us know.
Statisticians let us know, but very, very concerning. Where is Jarrett Stoll? You know what I mean? Mike Richards, he's been, playing very well. Obviously there's a lot of intangibles out there, but, where's Dustin Penner? Scott Parse, can he score a goal without taking a penalty? The whole thing is concerning. What happened to Jack Johnson? Well, Drew Doughty came back. Unfortunately, Drew Doughty is just not playing like Drew Doughty. He's playing more like I don't know, but somebody who's not a... Yeah, right, exactly.
What's up, Kings? Second intermission, and wow, Kings finally scored a goal. Thanks to Jacob Kopitar, the only one that apparently can score. I'd like to here. I think the Kings are going to win this one 4-3 Kings.
No, it's concerning. I mean, these are the guys we're counting on, and it's just not happening. And thank God Kopitar scored that goal. They did have a chance tonight. Let's be honest, they had a chance. And at the end of the third, they had a chance to win the game and take the 3-1 lead. But high stick call, I think, sort of took the wind out of their sails. And Chris Kunitz killed us tonight in the shootout and the third period.
What happened to Jarrett Stoll? What happened to Jarrett Stoll being clutch in the shootout?
No, I haven't seen it. Haven't seen it yet. But,
or Jonathan Quick, for that matter.
Yeah, Jonathan Quick. And he was mad tonight. I like the emotion. Smashed his stick on the post. If the team was congratulating him, but he just went straight to the locker room, not happy. And it's a bummer. The Kings have 2 points out of the last possible 8. Not elite.
It's rough, and, we're definitely now on the outside looking in, sitting 9th in the Western Conference.
Well, Penguins win in the shootout. Kings had a lot of opportunities. Penguins also had a lot of opportunities. This is the first time I've seen Jonathan Quick smash his stick against the goalpost after the loss. I think he really wanted that last one back. But what are you going to do? We get a point. Go Kings.
All right, Kings fans, so as you know, we have a swag store available on Facebook, Spreadshirt, as well as the Kingscast webpage. Check it out, but we have some new items that we are excited to announce tonight. And this first one, Keith, is by popular demand. A lot of people are actually requesting this on all of our sites. And Keith, go ahead and present this.
This is the Kingscast thong, and no, we're not kidding. I mean, ladies, they've been asking for it. They said, hey, we got a Stape shirt. Our friend Leslie modeled one. Thank you for that.
All right, also, Kings fans, it's getting chilly out here in Los Angeles. It is time to gear up for what is going to be probably a harsh winter, I'm expecting. So we were going to have a new shirt out there. Available right now is the long-sleeve Kingscast logo T-shirt. Buy it now. It's awesome. The Hockey News says it's a must-have.
Finally, a limited edition item, and everyone knows it rains in February, and only February in Los Angeles, which is why we've got you covered. Introducing now a Kingscast umbrella. Get it and stay dry. All right, so Kings fans, we'll be right back at you probably after next Saturday after the Wild game. Enjoy that. Hopefully the Kings will improve.
Ooh, I hope so.
So I'm Keith Cornelick.
And I'm Chris Kalaszewski.
Thank you for watching Overtime by Kingscast.